Gombe is ours. And Bauchi is coming to us as well, because I know the governor and I know very well that he's not happy with the way in which Atiku has behaved, and he will go wherever Buhari tells him to go, and he has said so publicly. Go to the northwest. Is it Kaduna that we will lose with our Rufai there and with Ubasani as our governorship candidate? We'll trounce them there. Is it Katsina we will lose with Buhari there? Is it Matawale State, Zamfara we will lose? That's 3 so far. Where are we going to lose? We may lose one or two, but I'll tell you what, even in Sokoto with Wamako's work and so on and so forth, there will be a shocker. Where are they going to get the votes? Obi has taken their votes in the southeast. Obi has taken many of their votes amongst the northern Christians. Where is PDP going to get the votes? If they're not careful, they may end up coming third, a distant third to the obedience, and not even coming second.
That was Chief Femi Fani Kayode, the former Aviation Minister, a politician as well, who is a member of the All Progressives Congress. He spoke a lot in this video. The subsequent video I'm going to show you now contains a lot of what he said, ranging from demarketing the other presidential candidate to actually, because the way he spoke in this video I'm going to show you make me to believe that has he seen the result of the election before the election? Because the way they speak like they have already known who is going to win the election. He spoke extensively to let us know that, okay, we're going to, anyway, it's all about optimism. I believe he's just being optimistic about the result, because if other presidential candidate as well, if their spokesperson comes to speak, they speak with uttermost optimism to say, okay, our candidate is going to win. I believe that. But the way sometimes they speak make me want to believe that they probably have seen the election results even before the election takes place. And apart from the fact that they are behaving like prophets, the habit of the marketing, talking about their family issues, bringing themselves to social media to devalue themselves morally, it's something that I've not experienced, that I've not actually seen since this democratic dispensation in the country. I mean, come to the social media, come to the news channels, talk about what you intend to do for the people. Talk about what the people are suffering about. Talk to them on what you intend to do. What is your political party intend to do? What is your presidential candidate, your principal, intend to do? Immediately assumes the position of the president of the country. But the case is so very different. Rather than that, they keep talking about themselves, their wives, their children, bringing themselves to the public to see. I don't see any sense in that, guys. I don't know what you feel about this. I don't know what you feel. Please try as much as possible to help us to share this video. Let it get to 1 or 2 people. Let people see exactly what they are getting into in February 25, 2023 to be specific. Let them see what they are getting into. Let them be able to make the right choices. Let them see the people that they want to cast their vote. We'll see the differences. Juggle from people that actually come to the public to talk about themselves, to demarket other political parties, other presidential candidates, and those ones that come to talk to you more about what they intend to do, how they intend to move the country forward. Try as much as possible to help us to share this video, like, and give your comments, give your thoughts. And if this is your first time to Chris Og Media and you like this continuously, try as much as possible to click on that subscription button and open the notification bell icon on the side. One thing is for you to subscribe, another thing is for you to open that bell. The essence of that bell is that it notifies you whenever we drop a new clip. Enjoy the rest of the video, and I'll see you later.
First of all, let me say this. Atiku is a man that's been trying to be the president of this country for the last, since 1993. He's run in virtually every single presidential election or presidential primaries since 1993. And he has been a member of 7 different political parties. He's a serial player, and he's obsessed with this objective. That's number one. Atiku is a man that has decided that regardless of the sign of the times, the feeling of the nation, and that the idea of power shift has now come and it cannot be stopped, he's gone against that, against his own Fulani brothers in the north, the majority of them, and said, regardless of the complications and implications of this, regardless of the fact that the whole country is screaming for a power shift, he has decided that he will go against the tide and insist that we should have a Fulani to Fulani succession, 8 years of Buhari, 8 years of another Fulani person. He did this by regardless of the consequences and the implications, he did this by first of all betraying his own party, scuttling the convention, ensuring that the southern governors were pushed out and were denied the opportunity to produce Wike, and upset everybody in his own party. So he divided his own party. That's the kind of man he is. He didn't stop there. He has a northern chairman in his party. Instead of him insisting that that northern chairman should step down, again, he violated the constitution of his party, broke every single promise to everybody in that party, and supported Iyorchia Ayu to remain as chairman of that party. That is the Atiku that we're talking about. Again, let me go further. This is a man, apart from offending the governors of his party, apart from violating the constitution, apart from the chairmanship issue, this is a man that is sincere, deceitful, dangerous, and has betrayed everybody. Let me substantiate that. I was in the Obasanjo administration. I was a minister. I know what he did to President Olusegun Obasanjo. Throughout between 2003 to 2007, there's nothing he did not do to undermine that administration. Yet, he has the effrontery, and his people have the effrontery to tell the whole world how wonderful an administration Obasanjo was. And it really was wonderful, the best, in my view, that we've ever had in this country. But he spent all his time plotting on how to not just remove Obasanjo from power, but destroy Obasanjo and rubbish him. It was so bad that on 2 separate occasions, I, in open cabinet, challenged him in front of the president cabinet and asked him to leave the cabinet chambers for betrayal and treachery. That's the kind of man Atiku Abubakar is. Let me go one more step before I stop. Look at what he did to Jonathan in 2015. We were all in the PDP at the time. Atiku Abubakar led 5 governors out of the party. They went and joined the opposition party. They supported President Buhari to become president at the time. There's nothing Jonathan did not do or promise them or beg them for, that look, come back, we will settle everything. No, he did not do that. Because he wanted to spite Jonathan and spite everybody around Jonathan, he joined the other side. With 5 governors, they went and they ensured that Jonathan lost. The same Jonathan that had done so much for him whilst he was in the party, and the same party that had offered him the position of vice president for 8 years. That's the kind of man Atiku Abubakar is, and that is why I think it will be very dangerous for anything to support him. Now, let me ask you this question. His farms, his university, his assets, everything, none of them have been attacked by ISWAP or Boko Haram throughout this period. In fact, since the inception of this problem in 2009. You ask yourself, how come he seems exempt from this? Everybody in the north, and I've lived in the north for 22 years, has been affected, except for Atiku. Let me just end on this one, then we'll start again. Okay, none has touched him. The reason why is because many feel that he needs to explain his relationship with people like Sheikh Gumi, who is in Kaduna, who is the chief defender of the kidnappers, who campaigns for him, who travels around private jets for him, and the young man that's now in detention who has been accused of terrorism. I don't seek to demarcate him at all. All I seek to do is present the facts. And I'll just tell you one more fact, and then you can tell me whatever you think I'm doing wrong, okay? One that pained a lot of us was this. A young lady by Deborah was killed in Sokoto recently, was butchered, okay? The president of our country offered his condolences to the family and did the right and proper thing before the entire world, because it became an international issue. It was a barbaric killing. Atiku Abubakar tweeted his commiserations, then chose to withdraw that tweet and refused to offer condolences to the family. Is that the kind of man that you think can protect the rights of Christians if he's in power? Unlike Tinubu, well, that's a fact. That's a fact. Unlike Tinubu, last fact before I stop, unlike Tinubu, whose wife is a Christian, he did not insist she should become a Muslim before they got married. Atiku Abubakar insisted that his 2 wives must drop their Christian faith, 2 of them, and become Muslims before they could get married. So the question I have to ask is this: do people not have a right to ask these questions, and so many more that I have here, about him and about his candidacy?